Hello there.
Hey, all.
Hello, everyone. My name is Allie Hilton, she, her pronouns, and I'm joined today by the wonderful Emmett Moon.
Hello, he, him pronouns as well.
So, right now we are waiting for everyone to join. Is If you guys want to interact with us, ask some questions during the stream, we have our Discord. The link for that is going to be down in the description. It's also in the corner. So any questions, thoughts, whatever, you can answer that. This is our very first live stream. How are you feeling, Emmett?
Excited and nervous.
Oh, big mood. I've never done something like this before.
No, I haven't either.
Anyone who is listening, can you guys hear us all right? I'm still trying to learn this program. I'm gonna also send something in the Discord. Okay, cool. We've got confirmation that we're doing great in the Discord. We'll give everyone a few more minutes to join, and then we will start listening to the episodes. We're going to be listening to episode 1 and 2 today. Next week we'll be listening to episode 3, and then some streams are going to be multiple. It'll all work out.
Yeah, because we have some episodes that are quite long and some that are just not
Yeah.
as long. So
Episode 3 is like 55 minutes, and then these are like 20-something minutes. So I did the math. Turns out 12 weeks for 12 episodes is a lot longer than I intended. So that's why we're doubling up on some episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're sending out some more links. Okay. Are you ready to start the episodes?
I'm definitely ready, yeah.
Awesome. If you guys have any questions, again, we're taking questions just from the Discord. We're not going to take it from anywhere else right now. And yeah, we're going to start with episode 1, which let me get that going. Look, it's a little pop-up. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Wait, no. Why did it play the story time? Right, so that was not the right thing to play. Give me 1 second, we're figuring that out.
Technical issues are unfortunately a
There once
thing
was
that
a
happens,
star that
so
was
bear with
very
us.
far from life and all of its fun. Alone it cried, afraid of what refused to die, wishing that it could run. Pass a warning to those, because everybody knows all good ships float into the sun.
Okay, so spaceships can explode when angered. This has certainly been a learning experience. Let's just mark that down as yet another thing
Can you
I
hear it
never
okay?
wanted to know,
The episode?
and get the hell
It's
out
not
of
too
here.
loud, not too loud. Okay.
Oh, stars, you've got to be kidding me. You couldn't even get me to the station? Ugh, if I could just get this damn music to turn off, maybe I could think. Okay. Okay, it's time to think. Remember what you were taught. Let's just, try to reestablish connection to the AI. That's something I can do? Right. The AI hated me and blew itself into the sun. Perfect way to defy me, just perfect! Well, I don't care. I don't even need you, you stupid code. Wait. No, that's a lie. I have no idea how to fly this thing. And did I bother learning how to fly this thing? No, of course not, because who needs to learn how to fly when you've got an autopilot to do it for you? Alright. Let's just... Is this how you steer? Ooh. I'll just take that as a no and never pull that lever again. Okay, Aveline, think. You weren't the best when you first did this, true, but the memory is in your head. Okay, you know this. You've got this. This one. Oh, no, no, no. That's too close to the sun. Way too close. Turn, you stupid tin can. Oh my stars. I know you're falling apart, but shut the hell up. Okay. I think I should be close enough for short-term comms to work. Sirius Station, this is Little Dog. Do you copy? Sirius Station, this is Little Dog. Do you copy me? Is anyone there? Sirius Station, this is Little Dog. Do you copy? I could really use some help out here.
Little Dog, this is Sirius Station. We read you loud and clear. What's your status?
Oh, thank the stars. This is Aveline Lyon. I'm a journalist from the Universe Galactic. My ship is currently falling apart. I've got no AI. Engines 2 and 3 are down. And these stupid alarms won't shut the hell up.
Alrighty. Do you currently have control of the ship?
It looks like I do, but I don't know how much longer this thing will stay afloat. And there goes my oxygen supply. Lovely. Sirius Station, I'm in deep water right now. I'm really not prepared for something like this.
Is your ship stocked with a suit and tools for repairs?
I think I might be beyond repairs at this point.
Okay then, if you'll just eject yourself into space, I can send a rescue shuttle to pick you up.
What? No way. There's too many explosions right now. It's too dangerous.
Well, let's be logical for a second. It sounds like you're moments away from death and I can't get to your ship safely. This is our best option. I've done the math. This will work.
Oh, you've done the math? How?
I'm an AI. It's kind of my job.
Oh.
Enough chatting. We need to get you out of there. Remember, Aveline, timing is of the utmost importance. Put on that suit and tell me when you're ready. When you jump, go straight forward.
Ready.
At the count of 30, you need to eject from your ship. A second too soon or a second too late will result in your death. I'll count down for you. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Jump now.
It worked. Oh, my stars, it worked. I'm alive. How am I alive? Whew.
Welcome to the Sirius Station, Aveline. I'm Tala, the station's AI. I hope your flight was comfortable and that there were no major casualties.
Considering I'm still breathing, I take that as a negative on casualties. Whew. That was a close one.
Excellent. Now, if you would just head towards the music, I believe you will find the other guests waiting.
My dull little life. Give me the Sawyer Green report.
It's some
You
kind
know
of
how it
growth phone, is
goes.
that correct?
Businesses to run, parties to go to, things like that.
Okay.
Keeping the romance alive, I hope.
It's better than ever, darling.
Oh, finally, you're here. We were wondering what was taking so long. I personally was rooting for your ship to explode.
Well, congrats. You got your wish.
Oh, how marvelous. What an adventure you just had. Only moments away from death? Ah, what a story that is to tell. You'll surely be a hit at all the parties.
You'll have to excuse Galatea here. She loses all control of her tongue while under the influence of alcohol.
Which is... always.
Yes, and she's always a hassle to deal with.
But you love it, don't you?
Oh, you minx, but you know I love my husband more.
Oh.
I'm Sawyer Green, by the way, founder of Green Globe Industries.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Aveline Lyon, journalist from the Universe Galactic.
Well, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Miss Lion.
Oh, Sawyer! Such a gentleman! How was your husband lucky enough to find you?
Hello, everyone.
You're Waverly Black.
Yes, I am.
Daughter of William and Willa Black, both of whom were tragically murdered 6 years ago while at a business event. Bloody mess, too, I hear. Then you became the young queen and have been ruling your nation ever since.
Yes, those are my parents, and that's the story. I was just gonna say Queen of Trillia, but including my parents' murder works too, I guess.
Well, I think you've been doing a wonderful job leading your people despite what happened to your parents. They would be very proud of you.
I mean, you haven't destroyed anything big or been invaded yet, so there's that to be proud of. You do have those troublesome shapeshifters attacking, I hear. Oh, could you imagine one of them pretending to be me? I would be mortified just thinking about what they would do to my reputation.
Galatea, darling. No one could ever pretend to be you. That's pretty much impossible.
Is that you, Katie Bell? Come here, darling. Mwah, mwah. Everyone, if you don't already know, this is Katie Bell Silver. You may have heard of her. How are you? Last I heard, you were deathly ill. I was just about to message you and see if you were any better. You practically disappeared last month. It's almost as if you died. The girls at the club are all so terribly worried about you. We started a fundraiser to help you get better.
Oh, that's so sweet. I will say I'm feeling better. Nothing a little rest couldn't heal. And, well, the magic of modern medicine. I am fit and ready for anything that comes my way. Hiya!
Ah yes, Dr. Kim is spectacular with saving lives. You made the right choice by choosing her.
Wait, you know Dr. Kim?
I do. She was my professor at university. A very good teacher and an even better doctor. I'm glad to hear she's practicing again. She's definitely one of the best in the universe.
Oh, then you're a doctor as well, right? I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch your name.
I'm Mars Cope. And well, no, not really like Dr. Kim. I'm a research doctor. I work on cures and finding better ways to heal people.
So you work for Earth's military?
Yes, the military has plenty of volunteers. You know the soldier type, always wanting to go back into battle and to quickly be healed. They have really helped with some recent breakthroughs these last few years. Very brave individuals.
Do you create bioweapons?
Well, Miss Katie Bell, if I did, I would never be able to confirm that. You must understand the laws of medicine. I could never betray my people.
You aren't denying it, though.
Boring. Let's talk about something fun and skip the chit-chat.
I'm sorry to interrupt everyone, but dinner is ready. I would say it smells delicious, but I don't have a sense of smell.
Well, I do believe that's our cue.
Oh my god, the food smells amazing.
I second that statement. This will definitely be one of the best meals I've had in a long time. Actually, I would like to make a toast to our host. Thank you for giving us such a lovely dinner and party.
Wait, who is the host? The invitation didn't say.
I thought it did. Well, that's odd. The name's disappeared. I could have sworn it was someone I knew.
Tala, who organized this party?
I don't remember. I mean, I knew at one point. I remember knowing. But now I just don't. I guess they deleted their identity from my program.
Wait, so you, the station's AI, don't even know who's in charge?
That's correct.
Then, If you will, open the doors to our ships so we can leave. I don't think it is wise to stay on a ship or at a party whose host is unknown. Tala, you have to have an override of some kind, correct?
I'm awfully sorry, but I can't let you just leave. There are rules about these things. It's kind of funny if you think about it. Me, a supercomputer, unable to open a door. Oops. It looks like your shuttles are floating off into the sun, far away from this station. Looks like you're all stuck here together.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Listen here, you piece of code. I am going to rip you apart so fast and so hard if you don't open the door that—
Hold on, Galatea, let's just think about this rationally.
What, Sawyer? So we can rot here together? I'm sure never seeing your husband or daughter again will be a dream come true.
Well, Tala did say it sent out after everyone was here, so the host has to be here too. Right?
Or they never arrived to begin with. Technically, they could be watching from cameras and lock everything down remotely.
Tala, where was the command sent from?
From the information I gathered, it was sent from inside the station right after Aveline walked through the door. I couldn't tell you where it came from, but it was definitely from the station.
And how many people are in the station?
I'm detecting 6 life forms, so that must be all of you. There is no one else on or around the station. No help in sight.
Well, obviously, it's got to be one of you people, because I know it's not me.
Well, it's not me. I doubt I could even afford this.
Same goes with me. I could never afford my own station and pay off my student loans.
Well, we know it isn't mine. I already own a station back in the Iris sector.
And I couldn't be bothered to stay so far away from everyone.
My stations are either closer to my home or larger and open to the public. I don't see why I would need one so far out.
Someone's lying. So whoever it is just needs to tell the truth and let us the hell out of here. Maybe, if they tell us now, I'll destroy them quickly rather than slowly.
Now, let's not threaten the other guests. Just let go of that knife. Thank you. I'm sure we can all work this out calmly.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna grab another drink. Have the feeling we will be stuck here for a while.
I'll join you.
So, what now?
We're stuck here until we can figure this out. And quite frankly, I'm not interested in being some kind of interstellar sleuth with my nose in other people's businesses. I leave that to the rest of you.
We can't just give up. We can't drift aimlessly in space trapped like we are. We have to do something.
But what could we do?
That's what I'm going to find out.
I guess the party's over.
Really? Because I have a feeling that this party is just getting started.
Dining in the Void is a production of Zebulon Podcasts and was written and directed by Nicole Birdie. Editing was done by Arizona Johnson, Bio, and Molly Ray. The role of Aveline Lyon was played by Ari. The role of Galatea Ivory was played by Molly Alex. The role of Waverly Black was played by Molly Ray. The role of Katie Bell Silver was played by Bio. The role of Mars Kobe was played by Emmett. The role of Sawyer Green was played by Dylan. The role of Tala was played by Arizona Johnson. And the role of R was played by Piper. Music was composed by Benny James. Sound was edited by Nicole Birdie. All sound effects come from freesound.org. To find out more about us, find us at zebulonpodcast.tumblr.com. My friend, listen to me, so you may turn away from danger, for darkness is around every corner. for darkness is hungry too. Take my hand and run away from this dark night. We are stars of the galaxy. We are alive too. But light can be snuffed out, and oh, how death pursues. My friend, we are in danger. My friend, I cannot make it too. The memory of who I was will surely live on in you. But beware the one who lingers, for they were once light too.
Okay, so we've been here for 2 days, and yet we've only managed to cover about half the ship.
Not for lack of trying.
Yes, well, fair enough. I mean, we found enough food to last a long time, and hopefully the ship doesn't fall apart in the meantime. All the traps, though, they're interesting, for lack of a better word. I'm still having a hard time hearing out of my left ear.
Did you get Mars to check it out?
Yeah, they said I should be fine. Anyways, right, so Mars and Katie Bell are mapping out the east side of the ship, while Sawyer went to the north, and we are currently in the dining room near the northeast side of the ship, I think.
You know you wouldn't be anywhere if I didn't give you those blueprints. Thanks for actually asking me something useful.
Yeah, thank you, Tala. They're very helpful.
All right. Who turned out the lights?
I think we should check that out. I think Sawyer went that way.
Yes, he did. He's currently locked in a closet.
Oh, please. A closet could never hold that man in.
Oh, hey, you're right. He kicked the door down. I never knew someone could kick through metal. I guess you learn something new every day.
Hey, Tala, do you mind turning the lights back on?
Why?
Because we can't all see in the dark.
I can.
What? Oh, well, that's fine for you, but what about the rest of us?
I'm afraid the lights will not turn back on for 6 hours. Another command was given with strict instructions to keep them off. I'd love to. I know you don't like stumbling around in the dark, but I don't have that kind of control.
Oh, I'm going to destroy whoever is responsible for this.
Hold on, let me try something.
Your tattoos glow?
Yeah, it's a little known fact about my people. We don't really need to see in the dark because we've got these. We even found a way to reproduce the effects to create light sources for the night.
They're beautiful.
Thank you.
Great. Now let's go find Sawyer.
That's Katie Bell.
Wait, Aveline! And she's gone. Ah, shit. Well, hopefully something weird doesn't pop out of the vents and kill her.
How the hell am I supposed to get around now? I can't go through this entire ship blind for 6 hours.
I can help make sure you don't run into anything.
No, but thank you for the thought, Webby.
It's Waverly.
Well, Webberly, I'm just going to start walking until I find a door and my way out of here.
Galatea, stop! There's a wall right there.
Ow! Okay, fine. Then you lead the way, princess.
I'm a queen, actually.
Right, whatever, your royalty. Just take my arm and let's find Sawyer.
Katie Bell? Where are you?
We're down here.
Mars, are you two okay?
Yeah.
Katie? Hey, Katie, talk to me. What happened? What did you see?
There was something down that hole. I just turned the corner and it ran right into me.
It sounded just a wee bit bigger than my golden retriever.
It was cold, like ice. It smelled like swamps of comedy and... Oh, is that smell never leaving, is it?
It made a mess too. Just look at what it did to that hallway.
Oh, stars. That's going to take a bit of cleaning.
I think we've reached the point where a bit is an understatement. More like it's going to take days. What is all that orange stuff?
It ruined my dress, and I don't think this stuff will wash out.
Tala, I thought you said we were the only life forms on the station.
Yeah, about that.
Tala, you have 5 seconds to explain what the hell is going on.
Whoa! Easy there, Mars Bars. There's no need to take this out on me. I was the one who turned out the lights, remember? It was the host. I have no power here, and neither do you.
Tala, you lied to us.
Not really. I kind of, stretched the truth a bit. I actually have no idea how many life forms there are.
So, you didn't lie, you just gave us the wrong information?
To be fair, I'm only operating on the information I've been given, same as you are. I was being honest when I said I could only detect you 6, but there are other life forms on the ship that have disappeared from my sensors. Oh, stars, that's not good. I'd keep an eye out if I were you, or an ear. Sorry, you forgot about the lights. When you don't have a body, it doesn't really matter, but
Is there anything else you've failed to mention? Perhaps, a hidden laboratory of some sort? I mean, there's gotta be something like that on a station like this.
You didn't know about the lab? Oh, stars, I must have forgotten to mention it. But yes, there is one. If you'd like directions, I can give you those.
Can AI actually forget?
I've never heard of it happening before. I wish I knew more about him.
Tala, how do we get to the lab?
It's easy to find. If you just go down the hall to your left and make a right at the second hall, the door should be pretty obvious. It's the big metal one that says, "Danger, keep out."
We have to enter the danger door? Shouldn't we find whatever ran into me first?
Let's wait for the lights to come back on. The lab is probably safer than staying out here in the dark. We are more vulnerable out in the open.
You would rather face a room with a large danger sign than an unknown creature?
I don't think this sign's going to attack us. A creature, however, well, why wouldn't they? Especially given all the weird shit going down on this ship.
On second thought, you're right. Let's go.
Alright, here's the door.
Well, that didn't take long. Are you sure we should be going in there?
Nope, but we're doing it anyways. Whoa. This is impressive.
And familiar. Aveline, come closer. What the hell? This is my work. My entire lab. Oh my god, this is everything put exactly in place. My equipment and experiments. Everything. It's like nothing's been touched. Even the trash on the floor is the same. I never thought about how many crisp bags I go through. Well, my diet is shite.
How is that even possible?
Well, I'm not a dietitian. You don't see me giving any health advice beyond don't die or don't stab yourself, which is basically the first one. I can eat badly if I want to.
I meant the layout of the lab. How could this one be so perfect?
I don't know, but whoever did this knew my lab well, which is impossible since no one is even allowed in my lab back home. I have a sign on the door that says, "Do not enter under any circumstances," which isn't too far from danger. Keep out. At least mine's more diplomatic.
But everything's here?
Everything is exactly how I left it. Look, the picture of my dog is even hanging on the wall. The corner burnt slightly. Exactly how it is at home.
Wait a second, does that mean that you're the...
No, I'm not the host. I swear I'm not. I have no idea what's going on or how this happened.
Whoa, Waverly. What happened to Galatea?
I don't know. We found this room with blood written on the walls. I didn't recognize the language, but Galatea did, and, well, she just collapsed.
Okay, bring her over to the empty table on the other side of the room. Aveline, I need you to come be my light.
Got it.
I don't know how much I can do, but I'm going to try and help as much as I can. Waverly, where's Sawyer? He knows Galatea best.
I'm not exactly sure. We were still looking for him.
I know where he is.
Well, that's convenient. Thanks, Tala.
Where?
He's right outside the door. Now he's through the door.
Thank you for the narration, Tala. It was greatly appreciated.
Anytime.
Tala says Galatea collapsed after reading something written in blood. How long ago did this happen?
About 6 minutes ago, I think. I don't know, everything has been a blur.
If it's what I think it is, she'll be fine fairly soon.
How can a couple of symbols do this? I read it, but I didn't understand it, and I'm fine.
The symbols come from an ancient language that's only known by a few species. Obviously, the words mean nothing to us, but for those who can understand it, reading words in this language can cause such a severe pain that they can faint. Galatea's species, the Kionra, is one of the few species that is affected by the language. What worries me is that few know of this language's existence, let alone how to use it or against whom. In short, I think our host, or someone in cahoots with the host, knew this would be effective against her. She's unconscious now, but she'll be okay. It should pass in a few hours.
I think you and I have different ideas of what fairly soon means. I thought you were going to say, oh, she'll be fine in 10 minutes. Oh, she's up now. Awesome.
So, a language is a weapon. That's fascinating. How exactly does it work?
Galatea never told me much about it, but from what I've gathered, the symbols send a message to the brain, which causes so much pain the mind will shut itself down.
Right.
Sort of a post-hypnotic command or a reset code for your brain. It's a written language, but I don't know where it originates from.
Galatea said it was written in her people's blood. Why would someone go through the trouble to do that?
Most likely to make the threat clear and to make sure the message gets across. Chances are they knew the lights were going to go out and knew that the blood glowed in the dark.
We should probably clean that up, right?
Yes, we should. I would hate to have her stumble upon it again. Also, it's probably quite disturbing. Tala, where can we find supplies to clean with?
Actually, while you were all talking, it cleaned itself up. The blood's all gone.
What? Tala, why didn't you tell us?
You never asked. I thought you'd, spring into action or something.
You still need to tell us these things. You're supposed to be on our side.
I am, but I'm programmed to be non-intrusive. It might be annoying, but you didn't like me narrating Sawyer's entrance, so...
Who cleaned it up?
I'm not sure. From my perspective, it scrubbed itself clean. It was there and then... gone.
That's impossible. Blood doesn't clean itself up.
Actually, the Hypnocap's blood does. It's one of the weirdest things to watch, but also strangely cool. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened with this type of blood, too.
Well, some of her people probably died to write that message. But sure, it's cool.
Look, I misspoke, but regardless, it's clear we're not alone on the station, and that being the case, who's to say someone isn't going around creating chaos behind our backs?
Could they be the host?
It's impossible to say. They could be, or one of us could be lying still. Unknown creatures in the ship just add more variables to the problem, which means we are even further away from getting out of here.
Well, what are we supposed to do in the meantime? Just camp out here?
No. We find whatever cleaned up that blood. If we wait, we might lose them. Aveline, Katie Bell, and I can easily go out there.
Wait, me?
Yes, you. Sawyer and Mars will stay here and make sure Galatea is okay. We have to go now, though.
Okay then, let's go.
Are you sure this is the right way?
I'm positive. It was right over... here.
Wow, a wall. I haven't seen one of those before.
It was right here, I swear.
Maybe it's not a wall, but a doorway.
Did they just...
walk through a wall? Yup.
How did you know to do that?
I saw it in a movie once. Anyways, we're here to find clues, right? What are we looking for?
Anything, really. Whatever might lead us towards whoever cleaned up that blood.
Hey, Aveline, why don't you turn off your, tattoos?
It's, well, I can't really do that.
You can't?
No. Once I turn them on, they're on for a few more hours. It's usually a survival mechanism. It's not like Oh, excuse me, let me just turn on my tattoos for a bit, look around, and turn them back off when I'm done.
So you're basically a walking beacon for whatever might be trying to kill us. Perfect.
Stars. Well, I didn't think this through.
To be fair, you didn't know about the monsters trying to kill us before.
Yeah. Here, I'll just walk around the corner and let you guys do your thing. Holler if you need me.
Alright, Katie Bell, what are we looking for?
Traces of blood. I'm betting whoever cleaned this up probably missed a spot. It's a really large room, and he said it covered the entire wall.
Good idea. It will be easier to spot in the dark.
Exactly.
So, what brought you to the party?
Honestly, the food. Can't say no to free food.
Fair enough. Hey, do you remember who the name of the host was?
Of course not. If I knew, I would have shared it. You think I would keep that a secret?
Of course not. I was just asking.
Look, it's fine. You're scared and just asking questions, but you need to know I wouldn't be idiotic enough to keep that knowledge from everyone. I want to get home just as much as you do. This was supposed to be a simple dinner party that's nothing more than a drop-in before I head off to the gala at the Hebonorium sector.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's no big deal. Let's just keep looking and forget this dull discussion.
Sure. Of course.
There! Look, at the corner of the wall. There's I think it's a fingerprint.
It kinda looks like one. Oh, and look! There's more over there.
Whoever cleaned this up didn't do a very good job. There's a trail leading down the hole.
Or it's a trap.
Oh, it's definitely a trap. Which is why we're gonna follow it.
That's a horrible idea.
What? I saw it in a movie once.
A horror movie?
That's beside the point.
Why are we risking this, though?
Well, you can't have a trap without a trapeze. I mean, trapeze? That's who I'm gonna be. I think.
Got any fives?
Go fish. Have any queens?
Yeah.
Have any fives? Galatea, you're okay. I was so worried when Waverly brought you in and you were unconscious and...
Sawyer, wait. Look at her eyes.
What the hell?
Exactly. Don't touch her. Don't make any sudden movements. Bring that light closer. I'm just going to inject a sedative
and... Galatea, wait! Mars, are you all right?
I'll be fine. We just need to go find her before she hurts someone else. Or herself. Oh, ow. To be honest, I liked her better unconscious.
A lot of people do. Is that pipe really necessary?
Look, I'm all for peaceful resolutions, but sometimes a good whack to the head solves problems just as well.
Just please don't do any permanent damage.
I know how to knock someone out without causing too much damage. She'll be fine.
Noted. Also, terrifying. Do you know how to fix her?
Not really, no. She must have contracted Dripconti C before entering the station, and that writing must have activated it. Or at least that's my current hypothesis. We won't know until I can do some tests. What the hell?
Mars, what is it?
There's a little girl right down there. She was just standing there. She looked a bit like you, actually.
What? Gee!
Sawyer, wait! Damn it. Yeah, of course, leave the human behind in the dark. Definitely the right choice. What could go wrong? It's not like I'm completely blind or anything.
Come play with me.
Oh, hell no.
Please come play. It's so lonely out here.
And it's about to get lonelier as soon as I... Leave. That's a wall. Great.
Come on, Mars. Play with me. Let's play a game.
No. Nope. And nope, I am not playing a game with you, little girl. If you even are a little girl, that is. I've seen horror movies, I know how this game ends. Aren't you supposed to be hunting Sawyer or something?
Daddy got lost.
What?
Daddy got lost and lost the game. I tried to be fair, but Daddy wasn't being nice. Daddy said I wasn't real.
What, so you killed him?
He lost the game.
Yeah, you said that. What about it? What game? Is Sawyer your dad, or did I miss someone on the way in? Wait, where'd you go? Little kid? Where are you? Show yourself.
Congratulations, Katie Bell. You are officially the trapeze.
Very funny. Please get me down from here. This blood is really cold. Hey, well, now we know Galatarius really is cold-blooded.
I'm tempted to leave you up there.
What? You don't want to hang out? Come on, Waverly. I'm at the end of my rope here. Don't leave me hanging, Waverly. I would free myself, but as you can see, my hands are tied. My hands are tied. Hilarious.
Are you okay?
I think my arm is broken. I'll be okay, though. Let's keep going.
Well, I hope you've learned a valuable lesson today. Don't walk straight into the obvious trap.
I was curious. I thought we could get around it.
You need to be more careful. Next time, it could be more than your arm that gets hurt.
Well, I can grow limbs back, so it's not the end of the world. I think I'll be okay if this gets worse.
That's besides the point. You need to take better care of yourself.
But that's so boring. I want to live life on the edge.
What? Since when?
Since I almost died. I feel like I gotta put myself out there. You know what I mean?
I guess that makes sense. If it were me, I would probably just be more cautious since life is so fragile.
Well, I decided I don't want to waste my life trying to be careful. I've spent years trying to be perfect, trying to keep myself healthy and make sure I never so much as chipped a nail. That's no way to live. Life's just too short.
I like that. It's an interesting way to look at life. Not that I totally agree, but if it works for you, then that's great.
Thanks, I think.
We're going to go left, down a long hallway. I think I see a window.
I see it too. It's beautiful.
Oh, wow. It's like a kaleidoscope of dust and light. Planets with small microbes or huge civilizations. Ancient stars crashing into other stars and exploding. I see comets hurtling through the empty space, all alone. Wow, that got dark.
No matter how many times I see stars like this, I'm always in awe.
Who wouldn't be?
Welcome back, Mars. This isn't hell, but it's damn close.
How long have I been out?
No idea. I woke up about half an hour ago.
The kid got you too?
Yes. I thought they were my daughter, but they're not. They appear to be a shapeshifter. Oh, also Galatea's here.
I can see that.
Nice of you to join us, Mars. Glad to see the whack to the head didn't damage anything necessary. Now you can come play my game.
We get it. You're a creepy child. What other horror tropes are you going to rip off before you kill us all?
You'll see.
Why do you look like my daughter?
She's an easy enough form to take on, especially since you don't stop thinking about her. She really is quite adorable. Wouldn't you agree, Mars?
Yeah, just adorable. Who doesn't find creepy children in the dark cute? I could just pinch your cheeks.
Oh, but you're thinking of someone too, aren't you? Yes, I think so. The image is getting stronger.
I can feel it now. There we go. Well, isn't this an interesting look? Handsome young girl, if I do say so myself. Ooh, isn't this fun? I look like your sister, Mars. Just like her. I don't look half bad, do I?
How dare you?
What are you gonna do, Mars? Kill me? Wouldn't killing me be like killing her all over again? So to speak.
Fuck you.
At least buy me dinner first. Ooh, this one. She's close to death, isn't she? She read something she didn't like, so she blacked out. If only the rest of you were so lucky.
What are you going to do to her?
Let's play another game. If you win, I'll let her go.
And if we lose?
Galatea dies.
No.
Sawyer, how cute. You think you have a choice in this?
What do you want from us?
I want you to play a game with me. Being locked in this station is so boring. I've already exhausted all of my other playthings, and it's not every day that new ones arrive. I just couldn't wait any longer. And then you fell for it so easily. This is gonna be fun. I just wonder how long it will take to break you two.
Dining in the Void is a production of Zebulon Podcasts. The show was written and directed by Nicole Birdie. The script was edited by Arizona Johnson, Bio, and Molly Ray. The role of Aveline Lyon was played by Ari. The role of Galatea Ivory was played by Molly Alex. The role of Waverly Black was played by Molly Ray. The role of Katie Bell Silver was played by Bio. The role of Mars Kobe was played by Emmett Moon. The role of Sawyer Green was played by Dylan. The role of Tala was played by Arizona Johnson. The role of Joe was played by Rhea. The role of G was played by Vivian C., and the role of R was played by Piper. Music was composed by Benny James. Sound was edited by Nicole Birdie. All sound effects come from freesound.org. Follow us at zebulonpodcast.tumblr.com for updates and future projects, and follow our Twitter at Dining in the Void to be informed when new episodes go live. Thank you for listening.
All right, that's the episode. Or at least it's ended on my end. We're waiting for the catch up, I guess.
Yeah, it's ended on my end as well.
Dope. Wow, it has been such a long time since I've listened to that. Not like as long as some people, but like it's been a hot minute, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely been a hot minute.
Just a reminder before we, I guess, start talking about the episode and the show, if you guys want to ask us questions, we have a live stream chat on our Discord, which you're free to come and join us. There's a lot of cast and crew members there, as well as a bunch of fans. Yeah, that's where we're answering questions right now. God. It is weird hearing your voice, isn't it? It's weird hearing my own voice.
I've been a voice actor for so long, and I still can't get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's still so weird. I'm still like, oh no, that's me.
Mm-hmm. Especially when it's been like, what? It's been 2 years now. It's like, oh my god, we were babies, even though just 2 years.
It's also like, that was before I was on T and stuff, so my voice even since then has changed.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
I'm still like, oh.
Mm-hmm. It's so surreal just hearing the whole episode, and I forgot how much I love the dynamic in the first episode. Because there's definitely stuff I would redo, but like they're like Mars and Sawyer are so snarky at each other.
Love Mars and Sawyer's dynamic.
Same.
Like throughout the whole thing, it's one of my favorite things about the show.
Mm-hmm. Mars is just like fuck you, and Sawyer's like fuck you.
Yeah.
Okay, we have our first a question from Iron Horse on Discord. He asked, what was the step-by-step process when creating an episode, and what did that process change to season 2? Also, you're all babies back then.
We really were babies back then.
Mm-hmm. Well, between season 1 and season 2 has, like, changed, like, the process has changed so much. Which I don't know about you, Emmett, but I really like what we're doing now a lot better.
Yeah, I know from like on the writers and sound editors and stuff side, it makes
Mhm.
things a lot easier
Oh, yeah.
on you guys.
Mhm.
And for the voice actors, it hasn't changed that much, to be
Mhm.
honest.
Yeah. The very first season, well, when I casted the show, it was my very first podcast. And I'm going to turn down my mic just a little bit because I think I'm dipping into the red. Okay, let me know if that's better, guys. But anyways, as I was saying, the very first season, this was my first show, so I had no clue what I was doing. I had seen other shows make podcasts, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it too. What could go wrong? Turns out many things can go wrong. Like, a good idea is to actually script your episodes or even have an outline for the show, because I had none of that.
I've made the same mistake.
Mhm.
I had an idea for a podcast, which might still happen sometime in the future.
Ooh.
And I cast everything, and then I didn't write it because I had so much depression.
Big
So that
mood.
Yeah. So that's a bit of advice I have for people is if you're gonna be writing your own podcast, make sure you have it written
Mhm.
before you cast it, or at least have some of it written.
Mhm. Yeah, have at least half the season written, I would say, and have a full outline, not just like a vague idea that you're just gonna throw together. Something learned firsthand. So the very
It did
first
work out
Yeah.
for Dining in the Void,
Yeah.
and the first season is so good, but the
Mhm.
second season will be so much better.
Oh, absolutely. The first season, we were flying by the seat of our pants, quite literally. Like, we were writing an episode and doing everything, like, all at once. So we'd write the episode, then we'd record it, then we'd cut it together and edit it, and then we'd go into the next one, and we had 2 weeks to do everything, and it was super stressful. And then that's why we used to do every 2 weeks, and then, like, later in the season, we decided to do every 3 weeks because 2 weeks was not enough time. And that's partly why season 2 has also taken a while, because we're doing things so much differently this season. This season,
A lot more sensibly.
yeah. This season, everything has actually already been written, and then it was all scrapped. So we're currently rewriting season 2 right now. And we have a bigger crew, a bigger team, and people like actually dedicated to just doing a job, like the wonderful sound editors, Tal, Nico, and Brad. They're doing awesome. I'm helping compose this season. And we're not even like, the goal is to have like the first 6 episodes all edited and stuff, or at least mostly edited, and then having everything at least written by the end of September, so that in beginning of October we can release. So we're not flying by the seat of our pants, and it's honestly been a lot better on my own mental health,
I'm still just being a voice actor, so I'm just kind of like having fun.
Mhm.
But I know doing it this way has been so much better for all of you, and also having more crew.
Mhm.
Like, we have a lot of crew now. It's great.
Oh, it's wonderful.
But sometimes I am just like, who is this? When someone messages something in the Discord, I'm like,
You're
I
like-
vaguely know who you are, but
Mhm.
I don't know anymore because there's
Yeah.
so many people.
There's also
Cool.
like the cast is doubled for mostly just one episode, but
yeah,
season 3 is gonna have an even bigger cast. It's probably gonna be double what season 1 was, but there might be like some smaller parts, really. But there's a much bigger crew, much bigger cast. there are some guest writers this season. So, yeah, it's been interesting. We have another question. What is the best tool in your imaginative podcast toolbox? I'm not sure exactly what that means. I'm going to be real honest.
No, I don't fully know what that means either.
If you're talking like, I don't know if that means like resource or thing I do most common. I don't know quite what that means. So if you want to elaborate on that, Iron, that would be helpful. If you want to put like a toolbox together, I guess having outlines, script. Oh, resource. I guess the best resource in your management podcast, Pinterest. I'm gonna be real honest, Pinterest.
That's fair. I do that for like my RPG characters and stuff. I'm just like, here's a Pinterest.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the Pinterest right now, because I have like a fan Pinterest, not a fan Pinterest, an inspiration Pinterest for Dining in the Void. It has 772 pins on it.
So many.
It is a lot. It has been, like, to be fair, it's been like years in the making. I'm actually gonna share that in the chat right now. Oh no, it's 773. Sorry, I've missed one. But it's a lot of like inspiration for the world. A lot of it is like species inspiration because like there's a lot of different aliens and different types of people. Like the only human in Dining in the Void as of right now is Mars. Mars is the only human.
Speaking of that, I do love that Mars is the only human and is the only one that has that is non-binary. I find that very fun.
Yeah. The reason I did that was because if you've heard the Strange Case of Starship Iris, in the Discord, we were when I was creating the show, we were all talking about, hey, like, it's awesome that there's non-binary characters, but a lot of times there's this trope that, like, oh, the alien creature doesn't understand your binary, you know?
Which I like that we've kind of turned that on its head, and, like, now there's just this very tired, depressed Scottish person who's just like, fuck you, fuck your gender.
Yeah.
I'm done.
That's Mars to a T for you.
Yep.
Mars is so tired. We need to give Mars a vacation.
I don't think we should. I enjoy them suffering, if I'm honest. I find that a lot more fun to play. Just because I appreciate that I'm the one character that gets to swear the most, just because it fits the characters so well. Because they're just so tired, and I think if we gave them a vacation, it would not ruin them, but it would.
They
don't deserve it.
I mean, you're not wrong, but also, like, in the next episode, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but I'm pretty sure everyone who's listening knows what happens in the next episode. We get Mars's flashback, which we'll talk more about that in the next stream. But like, Mars has not had.
That made me cry.
Oh yeah. I'm so excited for the next episode and talking about that in the next stream because I really want to focus on talking that in the next stream. But it's one of my favorite scenes.
It's one of mine as well. I will definitely be here for next week's stream just because episode 3 is just
Episode 3, during the read-through, everyone started crying, and then Ari, who plays Aveline, joined, like, mid, of the, session, and was just like, what the heck? Everyone's crying.
Okay. And we weren't.
Okay, we got another question. When brainstorming, what activities do you do to help you? Well, I know when I'm brainstorming any podcast, lots of Pinterest. More Pinterest than there probably should be. And I generally just kind of, like, listen to music. I put a whole, like, writing, listening, like, playlist together, which I have one for Diane the Void. It's a lot of like songs and moods that inspire me. And I generally just have like a piece of paper or a document and just start writing down ideas.
I don't brainstorm. I just come up with bullshit in my brain and I go, yeah, that's fine.
You're like, yeah, this
But-
checks out.
Yeah, I don't really do a lot of writing. I just mostly do like tabletop RPGs and voice acting. That's kind of my stuff. So whatever stuff I do for Mars, I'll just kind of go ham on some lines, which from experience I've done. But then I'll also just do the normal ass line, and then I just go, it's up to you if you want to use the mental one that I've just done or the normal one. But in RPGs, it doesn't matter because it's not recorded, so I can just say things.
Yeah, no, I love when you and like everyone else does like a little riff on the characters and stuff, because I like that, because we always have, please give at least 1 or 2 takes of the official line, but if you want to, like, play on it and stuff, take your own twist on the character, like, go for it. And there are some parts, especially with Mars, because I'm not from Scotland, and I don't know the different, like, variations of words and stuff, because, like, different parts of the world have different, like, things to use, like, different swears and stuff. So there'll be like comments in the scripts, and I'll just be like, Emmett, just go wild, just go for it.
Enjoy that so much. But also sometimes there's things that in it that I just de-Americanize. I think in one, like, you wrote chips, and I was like, I'm not saying that. Or like it was a flashlight, and I was like, I'll say the line, but I'm also doing it my way as well.
Which is, like, super helpful and stuff, because, like I said, I'm not from that part of the world,
Yeah.
So it's been really interesting seeing that aspect of, like, what would this character say, and how would the language change. It's been a lot of fun, like, using the characters and how they speak and stuff,
Yeah. I love listening to the podcast as a fan, because I just get to listen to all of these talented people I get to work with, and it's very good.
Oh, big same. Like, my favorite part of making podcasts is, like, casting, because it's the first time, like, the characters are coming to life and stuff. It was really fun casting season 1, because I remember, with Molly Alexander, who plays Galatea Ivory, she, the first time she spoke, I was like, yep, this is Galatea.
I just remember that being so stressful, because I was like, I really want to be in this podcast. It's so cool. And I think I auditioned for like 3 or 4 characters, and I got Mars, and I was like, yes. Yes, thank you.
I remember you were like, you told me I was hanging out with my English friends, so my voice isn't as Scottish as it usually would, and so I was like, hey, you should send me your voice as it usually is, and you did, and I just got so excited.
It was actually one of said English friends that even that linked me to the audition, and I was like, ooh.
Like, yes, this seems fun.
And it ended up being very fun.
So here's another question. I think this is more aimed at you, because I make my own deadlines. But the question is, tips on not missing deadlines.
I have missed so many deadlines because my life is insane sometimes. Generally, just, this is not great advice, just do it as soon as you're able to, because otherwise you won't. Because, like, for me, I work a 9-to-5 corporate bullshit job.
Gross.
And yeah, I don't enjoy it, but it pays the bills. But for some reason, whenever something happens in the like, for deadlines, is always when something happens at my work that, like, oh, we've got this insanely busy thing that we need you to stay late for, or yeah, we're actually moving you to this other department and it's always when I have podcast deadlines, and I'm just like, why? Like, does my line manager know this and is just trying to mess with me? I don't know, but yeah, I would just recommend making a note on your phone, a reminder, or just whenever you have spare time, just be like, right, I need to do that.
And also, like, the sooner you do it, the sooner you can, like, do retakes, and the more, like, the less likely you are to be recording at 1 a.m. like I was last week.
I've done that so many times.
I was recording some credits and warnings for season 2, and the sound designers were like, yeah, just send the raw file. I'm like, okay, cool, have fun listening to me descend into madness.
Yep. You can always tell when I've done it really late at night because my outtakes and like my outro message to like the editors and stuff is just, it just goes wild.
And the other thing is, if you need, like, from like a director's standpoint, the one thing I ask for my actors and stuff is just be like, hey, if you need a deadline, just like let me know, or you need an extension, just let me know. It's something I actually learned from Lenny, who plays Waverly. They also go by Molly too. No, they go by Sterling now. They used to go by Molly, but now they go by Sterling. But something that I learned from them is, if you need an extension, just come and talk to me about it. Like, as long as there's an open communication, there's not going to be any issues, you know?
Yeah, that is the one thing I would say is if things do happen where you can't meet the deadline, just keep in touch, because it lets people know you're just not like ghosting them, which I personally haven't done that well on in the past.
But
I fully own up to those mistakes.
You've always been pretty good with me, I think.
Yeah. In other podcasts I haven't been as good, but I'm working on that and it's going better. But definitely just keep in touch with the people you have deadlines for, just so they know.
Because it gets really awkward and anxious on my end to be like, hey, you doing okay there, bud? You got the lines? Do I need to recast? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Which is actually what happened with one of our actors, which is why I had no way of contacting those actors, which is why I'm going to be playing R now. Which is fine, but it's like, the communication's important, you know?
Yeah, even if you're just like, look, things are insanely busy, it'll be X amount of time.
Yeah.
Just bear with me. Even just that.
Yeah.
Is helpful even for both sides. If your actors are waiting on actual scripts, you'll just be like, hey, this is what's happening.
Which is something I'm not great at.
But it's human foibles. People do badly at things, and it's fine.
I'm trying to get better at, like, being open about what's going on, because, like, I'm always someone who was raised, like, you probably shouldn't talk about all this stuff. I'm like, alright, so now that I'm an adult, I'm trying to unlearn that, and learn how to be a little more open with, like, hey, this stuff is going on in my life right now, so scripts are going to be a little bit longer, you know?
Yeah.
We have another question if you want to move on to another question.
Yes.
Okay. Phoenix on the Discord asks, I'm late, I'm sorry if you've already answered this, but any tips on voice acting?
Just honestly practice is the best advice I can give you. Off the top of my head, drink water while on the day that you're going to be recording, because that it means you have less mouth noises, and also it means you won't be dehydrated from talking a lot.
That just reminded me to drink water.
Yes, you should drink water.
Everyone...
Just general life advice also, drink water. It's good for you.
It is. Also, don't drink milk.
Yeah, dairy is... Any kind of dairy is not good for your voice if you're going to be voice acting.
Something that...
Especially cheese. No cheese.
something that Lenny does, or at least they did a lot in season 1, which makes me laugh, but also it's like Lenny, which is in the bloopers. They like to drink soda while recording. So you can imagine how that goes sometimes.
Yeah, that at least is better than dairy.
Yeah. The other thing
I
I
would
would
also say... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. What I was just gonna say is, like, audition as much as you can. Because that'll
Yeah.
give you good experience.
It's like a job interview, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if you're not fully planned, if it's, like, even a small part, it gives you experience.
Mm-hmm. Which is how
Also,
I got
would
into Vast
say-
Horizons.
Woo!
Ooh, sorry, I
Hell
keep
yeah.
interrupting. You talk.
No, you're good. I would also say, whatever your mic is, if you get a pop shield, I'm not actually using mine just now because I didn't have time to set up, but even if you get, like, some sort of fabric
Pantyhose.
or tights, pantyhose, yeah, and, like, a cloak hanger or anything like that can work if you have very limited budget. It just get rid of plosive sounds, which are P's and B's, because those come across so much on audio recordings, and it's just the worst.
Oh, absolutely. I actually have a new mic setup coming in probably tomorrow, so I won't be using, or hopefully won't be using my headphones mic next week.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Those are kind of the main ones. For me personally, if I'm trying to get into Mars's voice, I listen to a specific artist who's from the area I'm actually from. Her name's Corinne Polwart. Her music is wonderful, but it actually helps me tap into the accent I need to use for Mars, because, like, it's a very localized accent that really only the area I'm in uses. I can't find a lot of that online, whereas this one artist is from that area. So I'm like, I'll just listen to her and just get that in my head. So that kind of thing is useful if you need, like, a variation on accents, is listening to music from that area is what I personally do. I have a whole playlist of different areas that I need to take the accent from. But honestly, really just practice. The main thing. And drink water.
Yeah. Speaking of, like, localized stuff, you made me remember in the next episode there's, like, a scene where Mars has to give an address. I know jack shit about anything in Scotland other than ancestors are from there. So I had you look up an address, and you found, and this was the one we were using, but you had found one that was like Glasgow Street in Glasgow or something like that, and you're like, this sounds fake.
There's, okay, in any single place in Scotland, you'll have the name of the town as a road in the town. Like, in, like, my hometown, Falkirk, there's, like, Falkirk Road. And, like, things like that. I think that's the one off the top of my head. And, like, there's definitely a street in Edinburgh that's, like, Edinburgh Street or something like that. It's just... It's because it used to be, that would be the main road into that area. So, like, Glasgow Street or Glasgow Road, I can't remember what one it was, would have been the main... It would have been the road from somewhere else to there.
That's really interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it does make things a bit weird sometimes when you're looking up an address and you're like, this is just the place, and this doesn't make sense.
We have, like, something kind of like that. What happens here that makes me laugh is, because I live in Texas, I live in San Antonio, there's this town nearby called New Braunfels. I'll be driving through San Antonio, and then there's New Braunfels Street. I was like, oh, okay. Or I'll be driving through New Braunfels, and there's, like, this salon called, like, Seguin Salon, which is, like, 2 towns over. I'm like, you don't belong here. Yeah. So what happens here is like a bunch of names from the towns will cross over into surrounding areas. I'm like, this feels out of place somehow.
Yep. I fully get that. We do the same thing here. Also, the place I actually live, we're a specific town, but there's also like 4 other towns around us, and the only thing separating them is like a single road or a field, or like even just nothing, and it's just you're in a different town now, and it's wild. My mom especially doesn't have a great sense of direction sometimes. So she'll point somewhere and be like, oh, it's down that way. And I'm like, no, it's the other town, the other way. And it's... we didn't have any say planning in Yielden times. It's just, here's some houses, go wild.
That sounds about right. If anyone has any questions, you guys are free to ask, because no one's asked any questions. We'll just keep talking about stuff, but if you have specific questions, we would love to answer them. So back to Dining in the Void and stuff. What drew you personally to like the show to lead you wanting to like audition and be a part of it?
Honestly, I was thinking about this earlier. I don't really remember, if I'm honest. I know one of my English friends did send me the link to like to the audition. I was like, oh, this seems quite cool. And at that point in time, it was the podcast Renaissance. So there was auditions for like, if you blinked, there was an audition. And so I was just going ham at like doing like 5 auditions a week.
Yeah. I kind of miss there being that many auditions and stuff, because I know I got the original audition stuff was on Tumblr because that's all I used. And it got retweeted by like the podcasting Tumblr, but like, and I have notifications on for that Tumblr, and it has not been active in like forever.
Yeah, which was like my main source of getting auditions, and now I'm like, where do I find them?
Which is why I always try and like keep an eye out for auditions and stuff.
Yeah,
it's auditioning's a lot of fun.
It is. I've got a couple like I need to do in the near future, but
yeah,
honestly, I am very glad I auditioned for Dining in the Void because it's just such a good show, and it is so fun.
Too. Yeah, I love this show. Okay, we have a question from Lindsay Zana, who is gonna be in season 2. She asked, if you could voice any other character in the show, who would it be?
Oh, that's... well, whoever the host is. Unless it's Mars, I'm not saying.
You actually didn't know who the host was until you got the scripts for season 2.
Genuinely, I had no idea, because I deliberately was like, I don't want to know. But then even when I got the scripts for season 2, I was like, I can't figure this out. But that's just because I'm a dumbass.
No!
Probably Sawyer would be quite fun.
Playing the other end of that dynamic.
Yeah, just the like slightly more gay and less depressed side of the dynamic.
I love how Sawyer and his husband's dynamic goes.
It's so cute.
They're
so good.
They are. I wanted to just have a positive relationship because everyone else is shit all towards each other. And it's like, Ellery's such a sweetheart, and G is such a kid.
They're so good. I really like playing opposite G. Because it's just so fun. And it's pure, even though Mars is a trash fire.
Mars is like, yep, this is a child, guess I'm responsible now.
What did children like? Knife? Science?
Let me give a child a knife.
What do you have?
A knife! No!
Oh my god, why did Mars give them a knife? I would say if I had to play Katie Bell, I would die because of the amount of puns. Like, that's the one character I would just have to be like, I can't do this.
Listen, puns make the world go round.
They're good. I just physically wouldn't be able to record them because I would probably laugh too much.
Oh, big same. I don't even know who I would play. I mean, I am playing R now, which is an important part, just like different than all the other characters. I don't know that I'm confident enough with my own acting skills to play anyone yet. But the idea of you playing Sawyer is like, body swap episode, that could be fun.
Mini episode.
A mini episode where Mars has switched brains of some of the characters together.
God, that would be really interesting, just having me and Dylan, like, having to play each other's characters. And, like, that would be interesting.
And the thing is, with, like, Mars, you could see it happening.
Yeah, with, like, the weird science, like, they've probably got some weird machine in their lab that's, like...
Mars has done some shady science. It's always
Mars is
hinted
the
at.
shadiest motherfucker in the world.
I love how shady they are, though. And in season 2, we get to learn a lot more about what they've done exactly.
It's... Oof.
There's one scene in particular where, like, the host and Mars are talking. Which I guess is kind of a spoiler, but that's fine.
I mean...
It's fine.
We know it's fine.
It's fine. Anyways, Mars is talking, and a lot of, like, things get laid out in front of Mars, and Mars has to, like, face, like, shit.
What they've done.
Okay,
Spoiler alert, you should not stan Mars. They're not a good person.
Listen, I will always stan Mars. I adore Mars. Mars is a shitty person, and I like that. But, like, that's the other thing with the show is, like, all the characters are really not great people, but they're also not, like, the worst people ever, you know?
I would argue Mars is getting towards worst person ever.
I mean,
With some things we find out in season 2.
But, I like playing with the gray area. Like, everyone, you learn through season 1, everyone has done something really shitty, you know? There's murder, there's corruption, there's being a shitty person, like, they're all not great people, but it's also, like, it's exploring the, like, can bad people make good decisions and good people make bad decisions, and if these good people are making these horrible decisions, then are they really good, but really compared to this person, they're not that bad, so it's a lot of, like, I like shows that make you think, so I try to make people think. We have another question from Phoenix. Other than Dying in the Void, what's your favorite podcast? I love how you already know Dying in the Void is one of my favorite podcasts.
Yeah, same here. God, that is an interesting question. I don't have an answer to it because that changes weekly.
And I have 100 and something answers.
Yeah, that too.
I think
right now, I've only been listening to RPG podcasts. So I haven't been listening to a lot of, like, audio drama ones, which I feel bad about because, like, that's my whole thing. But
what's some RPG ones you've been listening to?
Right now, I've been listening to Campaign Skyjacks, which is very fun. I would highly recommend it. It's spaceship or Sky Pirates.
Ooh.
And it's it's so good and so fun. There's like 4 main characters, and they're just all very good. I'm not going to go into it further, but I would definitely recommend Campaign Skyjacks. And I've also been listening to Dungeons and Daddies, which is so bad, but it's so good.
The name alone.
It's not. The clarification: it's not a BDSM podcast. It's for dads and their sons get trapped in the Forgotten Realms, and the sons things happen that means they're like scattered across the world. And the dads need to go and find them, and it's one of the funniest things I've ever listened to.
My girlfriend from the other room, because my girlfriend's listening right now, they just text me in all caps, Gods of Appalachia, which is honestly so good.
It's so good.
I
haven't finished it, but it's so good.
I finished it, like, I binged it in like 2 days. It's so dark and wonderful and witchy. So if you want something that's gonna put you on edge and be like, what the fuck is happening? I recommend that one. I think my comfort show that I always go back to is Girl in Space, which everyone's heard of Girl in Space, pretty much. It's about a girl in space. And Sarah Ray Warner, who is the creator of the show, is absolutely amazing. I've gotten to have coffee with them. I went to a podcast party with them. I met them at Podtails in person. Absolute doll. Absolutely amazing. And the show is just so good.
Yeah, I haven't fully finished that one either. It's on my list, but from what I have listened, it's good.
It's one of the
Sorry,
shows...
go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. It's one of those shows I really like because she's talked about how the point of the show was, or one of the points of the show, one of the reasons the show was made was to make the listener not feel alone and let them know that they're not alone, you know?
That's so cute.
Yeah.
And sweet.
Which is, like, so nice for what's going on right now.
Yeah. I would also recommend We Fix Space Junk.
Yes.
It's so funny. I met the creator of it a couple years ago.
Beth and Headley are wonderful.
I've only met Beth, but she was so lovely. And I would also recommend the Amelia Project.
That one's a really good one, too.
It's so interesting, and it's just also fun to listen to. And I just enjoy it because it's just so silly, but also like so deeply philosophical at times that you're like, how did this get here? This is... but those two are like really good. I would recommend those. I'm just scrolling through my podcast app trying to find ones I really like that I haven't finished.
When, again, I met them in person at Podtails, which, if anyone saw me at Podtails, hello. That was a lot of fun. It was absolutely amazing to go to. I surprised Beth and Headley. I was with Zachary and James from the Orphans. And there was one other person there whose name that has slipped my mind at the moment. Zach and James were gonna go meet Headley and Beth at like a bar, but they ended up coming to have dinner with me because haha. So we headed over and surprised them, and Headley, this very tall man, just scoops me up and picks me up and gives me a hug. I was like, this is what joy is.
That's so cute.
Yeah. I hope you can come to one of the podcast events over here at some point. Once everything's
really hope so
calmed
as
down.
well.
Don't
I would
come
love that
now,
so much.
But
no, I am not leaving my house if I don't have to right now.
Big mood. But Podtails was so much fun. There were so many podcasters there. It was amazing, and it was really weird because like people, like, not weird in a good way. People knew who I was either from my synesthesia or from Dining in the Void. And I remember one person was like, oh, I thought you got, like, the podcast thing that, like, I forget the words, but it was, like, basically podcast burnout or something. I was like, and that season 2 wasn't ever gonna come, and I was like, no, it's coming. It's in production.
Taking a while, but it'll be there.
But it was really cool to be there.
I wish I could have gone, but
That's okay.
alas.
I'm hoping. Oh, another thing with Pod Tales is I actually met one of the actors from season 2. They were already cast.
Yeah.
Their name is Tara. I think it was Tara who I met. And they just showed up, and we didn't know the other one was there. And then they were like, "I know you." I was like, "I have no idea who you are." And they were just like, "I'm Tara. You casted me." I was like, "Holy shit, yeah!" It was so much fun.
I want to go see people now. I'm sad.
Oof. Yeah, that's one thing why I've liked having podcasts and stuff. Like, a lot of shows, I like how we do the podcast, because a lot of shows, unfortunately, are, like, having to change everything, how they're recording and setting up and stuff. But we're just going business as usual, pretty much.
Since we were already all recording remotely, so not a lot has changed in that regards.
Yeah.
So I'm very glad I'm always a remote podcaster for like everything. It's made my life a lot easier.
Yeah. The cool thing about the show is because we have people all over the world. Like, you have me in Texas, you have a bunch of people in the show from all over the United States, but then you have one of our actors was in the Middle East, you were in Scotland, we have some actors in Australia for season 2, and maybe in New Zealand, I don't remember. In
that general area.
Yeah, I forget if there was someone in New Zealand. I know there's at least Australia, but it's like, yeah, I have friends all over the world. And then, like, podcasting, like, I have some friends who live in Germany and stuff, and it's like, yeah, all this is happening. And so, like, with everything, with COVID started happening, I was just like, oh, yeah, my friends overseas have been talking about it. So podcasting has really, like, opened the doors for, like, meeting new people and telling stories, with people I would never have been able to talk to before, you know?
Yeah. I've made so many very good and long-lasting friends from podcasting.
Yeah.
That I would be very sad if I didn't know them. So.
I'm trying to think of what else we can talk about for Dying in the Void, if anyone has any questions.
Yes, please send us questions.
Please send us questions. We are rambling.
Please.
The show is just so much fun. I'm so excited for season 2.
Me too. I've only recorded, I think, the first 3 episodes because I'm not in one of them.
Yeah.
But it's so good. I'm so excited.
I'm so glad, like, we went through and rewrote the whole season, because I'm liking it a lot better than what the original plan was. Which, like, some stuff has stayed. Like, the last episode is pretty much remaining the same, which I'm fully prepared to be yelled at because of how it ends. But
from what I know of the last episode, yeah.
Listen, me ending with a cliffhanger, I would never.
Sure.
Sure. I remember when you were recording the end of season 1, you hadn't read it beforehand, and so you're just like, wait, it ends like this?
I was so shocked, because I was like, oh my god. Because, like, I usually, when I'm recording, I do, like, pass over it and, like, a practice run where, like, my voice acting is bad. And then I do it properly, but for this one, for whatever reason, I had done, like, just vague warm-ups, and then I ran through the whole thing, and I got to the end, and I was like, no! What? No, it can't end like this. I was so upset. I was like, oh my god. What?
You're like, no, this is not allowed.
I need to know more. Oh my god.
We did get a question from Iron. What's your average word count for per episode? I have no idea. I can give you the page count though. It's on average. I try to keep it around 15 to 20 pages. Because you think like one page is about a minute long, you know. Which like sound effects, it makes it longer or shorter. Well, longer or the same, but
Bridge.
yeah. Episode 3 is the longest episode. Which I remember someone did a review and was just like, this is not something that was great. I was like, but it needs to happen. Which episode 3, like, it needed to be that long. It wouldn't have the same impact if it had been shorter, you know?
Yeah.
I try to keep it, like, a TV show length, but, like, sometimes it doesn't happen, which is why it's, like, the half TV show length, you know?
I think generally it paces out quite well, but you're right, in the episode 3, like, it did need to be that long because otherwise it would be really, like, uneven.
Yeah. And, like,
but it's a long episode.
It's a long episode, which is why it's gonna, when we listen to it, it's gonna be its own to listen to.
Yeah. It's also my favorite episode.
It's one of my favorites too. Like, with season 1, there's definitely a lot of stuff I would change now. Like, you know, sound effects being missing because I'm editing at 12 a.m. And the episode needs to go live tomorrow. But I really like how the show turned out. Because even though there's stuff I would change, there's always going to be a lot of stuff you can change. And at the end of the day, we've made a pretty good podcast. We hit over 2,000 downloads recently, like in the last few months, which was like absolutely insane because I didn't think anyone was going to really listen. And you know, we're telling a pretty good story, I think.
I think we are telling a good story.
Mm-hmm.
At least I'm enjoying the story.
Mm-hmm. And here's something like I've learned. I got this advice at some point, probably just from some influencer or something, but it's just like, make the story for yourself. Because if you like it, chances are someone else is gonna like it. You're not gonna please everyone, but if you make something you like, then won't that be enough? So that's kind of like how I think about when I write this show and like other shows is, I'm making this for me. I'm making the show I want to listen to, you know? Which is why Dying in the Void happened, because it was created out of pure spite. It was when I graduated high school. I had just graduated. And I was like, all of my favorite characters are dying on TV. And it was with the 100. They had just killed Lexa. And then, like, every single show at the time was killing off every single character. Like, all my favorite characters or all my favorite couples. And I was like, the fuck is this? I was getting really tired of not seeing, like, queer characters in TVs. And if they are, they're, like, being killed or the bury your gays trope. So I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna make a show where everyone is queer. So I did.
You did, and it's a good show. I enjoy it.
And here we are. Everyone's queer. Not a single person is straight. This is canon. No one is straight.
Yeah, as far as I know, no one's dead yet.
No one, well, someone's dead, but no one died live. That's later on, though, in the season.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Season 2, though. That's gonna be a different answer.
Yep, that might change.
Mm-hmm. But with season 1, you don't see anyone die.
Yeah, there's just previous trauma.
Mm-hmm. This is all past trauma of people dying.
It's fine now.
It's fine now. We just have slight trauma. Iron Horse is asking, favorite fictional universe? I like the Harry Potter universe. I don't like JKR, but I like the Harry Potter universe.
I think I have to pick Star Trek.
That's fair. I haven't watched Star Trek. My other favorite would probably be Doctor Who.
That one is very good.
I love Doctor Who. And I gotta say, I liked this universe, because this universe is actually connected to other shows out there. There's...
I never remember which shows, but they sure are connected.
It's connected to Project Ozma and Novitero. And it's also connected to Inkworm. Inkworm happens around the same time as Dining in the Void. It's kind of like semi-connected. There's going to be more references later, probably. I've talked to, like, the creator of the show. I was like, hey, what do you think of this? And they're like, yeah, sure, whatever. I was like, okay, cool. And me and Lenny have had extensive discussions about universe being connected and stuff. And so Ozma takes place like 1,000 years before or something like that. Because the show takes place in 3018. And at the time it was 2018. So it's a bit of a jump.
A little bit of a jump.
A little bit. But like season 2, you're gonna start hearing like some more references to like the other universe in the past and stuff. And I'm really excited for like some character things because you hear some familiar voices, which is like obvious because a lot of the actors are crossed over, but we've like canonly made their reason for some of the voices, you know?
Interesting.
It'll be fun. My girlfriend is listening again and texted me from the other room. It was like, what about Wayward Children? Which is a really good book series that everyone should listen to.
It's on my list to read it.
It's so good. The universe is so amazing. When I had my wisdom teeth out, my girlfriend would read to me.
So cute.
Yeah. But with Dining in the Void, I really like how big the universe is, you know? Like,
yeah.
I know so far everyone's only seen the station, but, like, there's a lot out there, which is why I'm talking with Rowan, who's my assistant producer for this season, about possibly doing a spin-off after Dining in the Void, with some of the characters we meet in season 2. And I just want to explore this universe, you know?
I would also like to explore this universe because it is very fun. And it is so big.
It is really big. There is so much out there. These characters have, like, entire lives on different planets and stuff. Like
Mars is sure doing stuff.
Mars is sure out there committing crimes, doing things.
Yep, doing things they shouldn't be doing, but they're doing them and no one can stop them.
Like with episode 1, where it's like, it just jumps straight to, so you work for Earth's military, and I remember someone was just like, why would she just jump to that? I'm like, well, consider, Mars is probably pretty famous, and like, all these people are pretty well known already, so Mars is probably known for being in the military, you know?
And what they've done. Like,
what they've done is pretty hard to keep quiet.
Yeah, and it has not been kept quiet because they don't think what they've done is wrong.
Phoenix says, yeah, Mars really did just say, be gay, do crime.
Yeah, I like my favorite running joke, like Mars-specific running joke in the show is just Mars sometimes having weapons, and like mostly Sawyer being like, why? And Mars being like, be gay, do crime.
Like when Mars randomly has that pipe, it's like, you know what? I know how to knock someone out without causing brain damage. It'll be fine. And Sawyer's just like, the fuck is that?
I mean, okay, but what? It's so fun.
And Mars, like, with knives, and then...
Yeah, Mars...
I'm remembering some of the bloopers, like, wait, did Mars kill a child? When Mars was telling that story about being a kid and telling G about, oh, let me tell you about this bully, and you were just like, no.
Yeah, Mars is, hashtag problematic, but I do enjoy playing them so much.
We stan Mars?
We should not.
We should. Absolutely.
I was looking through like my phone notes from ages ago because I was looking for something specific, and I found one I'd written about Mars to like send to the chat, and it was the like, what's your gender? I'll try and find it. It's not in that. Okay, bear with me for 2 seconds.
While you're looking for that, I'm just going to answer Iron Horse's question. He asked, will you be releasing art for this show? On our Patreon for sure. Patreon at least will get it sooner than everyone else. I do a lot of, because I have synesthesia and I've done a lot of paintings for this show that I haven't really shared anywhere. But I'm actually going to redo a lot of the paintings. I'm not really great at drawing, but I'm learning. And if you look on our website, Ari did some drawings of art. So the answer was hopefully yes, because I really like this universe and the characters' designs and stuff. Like, Waverly has 4 arms and is very tall and can crawl on walls and see in the dark, because Waverly's species is like lives in like a jungle world basically. So Trillia is like a lot of trees and they live in the trees and stuff. So she's very agile and designed for that. And then like Aveline and her glowing tattoos, and Sawyer being super duper tall and Mars being super duper short.
I remember from like season 1 when like we found out what their heights were and like the height chart. The height difference is insane.
Let me go find that too, because I remember we were joking. Dick height.
Like, I also joked that. Because I think Sawyer's like, what, 7 foot? And Mars is like 5 foot or something like that. And God, the height difference is... It's mental.
Sawyer is like 7 something, and then Mars is like 4 something, I think, actually. It says it says in season 3, or not season 3, episode 3. Cause there's this whole game show episode, which everyone knows about already. And Joe rattles off how tall they are, and then Mars is described as a pitiful 4'12" or something like that. 4'11", I don't remember. But I just sent the picture in the live stream chat of their height difference, which really like gives you context, like gives you a better image of like their banter and stuff, because there's this tiny human talking to this big tall alien, but Mars has the personality of someone who's much taller.
I always forget Mars is, I think they're like, what, 4'8" or something?
I don't even remember. They're tiny.
They're like max 5 foot. They're very, very short. And just, I think that's why they're so angry and tired. It's compressed.
Yeah. Yes, all the emotions are compressed down, just like a fairy. I love how great the whole cast is. And I love everyone's voices in the show. Like Dylan, who plays Sawyer, his voice is actually naturally a lot higher.
Yeah.
Sawyer is a lot lower in the vocal range for him, he's told me. So whenever I'm just like talking with Dylan, I'm like, I always forget your voice is like this and not Sawyer's voice.
Quite lucky I made the character choice to have Mars like at the same kind of level as me. Like the accent is slightly different to my normal speaking accent because I work in corporate bullshit and I do phone customer service, so I'm like automatically most of the time just doing that voice, whereas Mars is more unhinged. But I'm glad it's the same level, so I don't need to like go up or go down.
Phoenix just asked, your favorite line from season 1?
Oh god, I don't remember.
One of my favorite lines, which I actually made into like a t-shirt design, was when Tala got cyanide and sugar mixed up together.
Yeah, that one's fun.
And Tala's like, well, they look alike. And Mars is like, you could have killed me. And then Galatea is over in the corner chugging her cyanide coffee.
That whole scene is very good. I would say probably my favorite lines are probably in episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember specific ones off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
But probably in episode 2, it's yeah, I can knock someone out without killing them. Because it's just so blasé.
Mm-hmm.
And Sawyer's then just like, what?
What was your favorite part of like the first 2 episodes? Because those are the episodes we just listened to.
God, again, probably that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, just getting to know the characters is really fun, and also how sweet Tala is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just, you're doing your best.
Tala's doing her best and she just has anxiety.
I support her. I do stand Tala.
Mm-hmm.
Tala and R both deserve a vacation, honestly.
They do.
No one else does.
No one else. Just those 2. Just give them a break.
Please.
I love... In the first episode, I love just the dynamic between everyone, like you were saying. I like how sassy everyone is, and like when Galatea is like, oh, I was hoping that your ship was gonna explode, and Avonlea's like, what the fuck? And the ship out in the... Because I imagine they're like standing by this port window, like this big window looking out at where the wreckage of the ship is, and Galatea's like, sipping like her champagne or whatever, and Avonlea's like, what the fuck? And then the whole thing explodes, and Avonlea's like, congrats, you got your wish.
Yeah, like, how, like, just done they all are, and how confused they all are in, like, the first few episodes is so funny. Actually, no, my favorite Mars line is, oh, great, that's a wall, when they're trying to get, away from, the creepy child. Is just...
Because it's like, yes. Because, like, Sawyer has the only light. Because I imagine they have, like, this lantern. That's where they were playing Go Fish from. And Sawyer just runs away with it. And
Mars just like, for fuck's sake.
Mars is just like, I'm tired, I'm tiny, everything's dark. Like, with Galatea, at least Galatea has Waverly, even if she's not gonna listen. Aveline can glow in the dark. I don't remember where Katie Bell is. I'm gonna be real honest with you.
I also don't remember.
Katie Bell's off doing God knows what. Katie Bell somehow ends up back with them, and then again, Katie Bell has Waverly, and they're looking for the glowing blood. But and Sawyer has a lantern, and Galatea later on goes unconscious, so Galatea doesn't gotta worry. But then Mars is like, the fuck is this? Why y'all leave me here?
Yeah, and it's just them just walking at walls because they don't know where shit is.
Because, like, even though the lab's the same, nothing else is.
Yep. And I think even if the lab is the same, Mars still doesn't... I'm making a character decision that Mars doesn't have amazing depth perception.
Oh, absolutely. And I love... Crap, what was I gonna say? I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, I remember now. With Joe shapeshifting to Sawyer's daughter, he like immediately was like, yes, my child's here. It's like, Sawyer, the fuck. And Mars is like taking all their... Mars is like grown up watching horror movies. Is like, this is my time to shine.
I think Mars at that point has slightly just accepted that they might die, and it's just like, cool. This is fine.
Mars is like, I'm not gonna be the first one gone. but I'm probably not gonna be the last one standing, but god damn it, I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
So, if there are no other questions, it's been about 2 hours now, and that's how long we said the stream was gonna be for. Thank you so much for joining me today, Emmett.
Thank you for having me, and I
Yeah.
will be back next week.
Yay! It's a lot of fun listening to season 1. I forget how much I love the characters.
Yeah, season 1 it's so fun, and I haven't listened to it in a hot minute,
Mhm.
and I am enjoying it.
Mhm.
And I do want to just go and listen to the rest of the season, but I'm not gonna.
I am so excited for season 2. There is so much planned, there's so much happening. There's new music, new sound design. I just listened to episode 1. I need to listen to the draft I have for episode 2. It is amazing. I'm so excited.
I'm excited now as well.
Mhm.
I don't know what's in it, but I'm
Alright. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We are going to be
Yeah.
doing this again next week, same time, same place. So thank you guys so much. The stream will be hopefully up on the YouTube channel to be watching later.
Yeah.
See you later, Space Kids.